Ahoy, ahoy, and welcome back to my channel. Or if this is your first time watching, welcome, and hope you do check out the other videos here. Give like, subscribe, and well, you know the drill. Just got back from a 2-week break, so for those of you who've been keeping tabs on my posts, I'm back, obviously, and seeing as the Let It Be Super Deluxe Edition is the second, well, the second anniversary will be on October 15th, so I figured, just to get things back on track, we're going to take a look at the the campaign that was basically that consisted of the Let It Be Super Deluxe Edition, the Get Back, and of course the um, Get Back, the mini series on Disney Plus. I If you've seen my previous posts, I mentioned that I was going to have a custom box set, an asset. Well, I was thinking of uh, a clear. I think that was no, not an acetate. A clear box that would, slipcase that would, because the thing is, the as you can see here, the book and the Super Deluxe Edition have practically the same height, so they would easily fit. And I initially wanted to build something like a tray, or something that would make this fit, something like that, and then there's a border, some similar to the Magical Mystery Tour the Deluxe Edition, the DVD Deluxe Edition thing that I will get to in a future video, by the way. So I planned on doing that slipcase, but the problem is the design got a bit problematic because it's too heavy to put on a shelf, and a clear, the thing with the construction of those clear cases is they're put together by uh, an adhesive that isn't very strong. They're great for display purposes, like if you're using them for displaying action figures and stuff like that. They're great for covering collectors' items, but not as a slipcase. So I figured, just mark it as a failed project, and just shelf these as they are. So what I did was I just put these sleeves around these are oversized sleeves for vinyl records, the vinyl box sets. So all I needed to do was just trim this part and get a perfect fit right here. So and just a little bit of a background of what happened. The Super Deluxe Edition was supposed to be going to be released in 2020, in time for Let It Be's 50th anniversary, just like the previous Super Deluxe editions were. But the problem is, well, COVID happened, and it got delayed for a year. And what happened then? There was some silver lining though, because instead of like a tool, I think that was going to be just under 3 hours for the Get Back documentary. Peter Jackson decided, they might as well use the time and make it a 3-part thing that ended up being about what, 8-9 hours? Oh, nearly 8 hours according to this. And yeah, I guess things got all the better for it, because watching those all 3 episodes, you're still kind of missing a lot. So that's great, and we'll get to the merits of this later. So we'll start with the first release, the book. This was let me just set this aside. The book, Get Back, the book was released in October 12. So yeah, the anniversary would have passed by the time you watch this. So I got this not too long after release. I found someone selling this for like half the cover price off. So I thought, might as well get it. the thing with buying from listings with stock photos is you don't see the condition. So I got this sealed, but look at that. It probably got damaged during shipping. I don't know. And yeah, see, shipping damage. So the book comes with a partial book jacket that features expanded photos of the Let It Be album cover. Let me just show you the square. I'm totally not prepared for this. We're just going to take a look at the squared off version of the album cover right there. So you see where the trim, I used to have a cassette of this, and they trimmed it here so that it would look taller. I don't know. So that's the square. So you can see the trim where the pictures were trimmed. You get more photos here. These pictures are reminiscent of the Let It Be single that was released way ahead of the album. Okay, so taking off the, oh yeah, let's take a look at the back. So you got the spine right there, and the back blurb from Peter Jackson, and the description of the content. This is what you see on retail if you got this on shrink wrap. So taking off the partial dust jacket reveals the art underneath, or rather the photo underneath. Classic. It's a bit dull. No, I wouldn't. No, not necessarily dull. It's just that it's kind of not as dynamic as you would expect, And the whole colorway of the book. I don't know if this is airbrushed or really part of the image, but if it's part of the image, that's cool. I guess you can see why they went with that color palette right there. That the back is just that. I'm pretty sure this is airbrushed. The entire Toyota back. I'm looking at the book itself, not the screen. So if details don't get showed on screen, that's because I'm not looking at it. So end paper is fairly thick, and looking at the back, looking at the back though, it has you have the equivalent of the hype sticker there when you buy this. Yeah, it's like this, and then the jacket goes over it. I tried to do it that way, but yeah, it's just too much trouble doing that, so I just stored it inside. I mean, it fits anyway. And then inside you have this pocket. There was an Apple sticker right here that I kept. So, and it contains, well, this edition is the official retail edition, by the way, does not have this. So this is actually a Target. Is this Target? Yeah, Target edition that I bought. And it came with this embossed hype sticker right here. So what you get with the Target edition is, well, I do think that this bookmark is part of all editions. So of course you have the flyer that's also part of the Let It Be Super Deluxe edition. But this bonus material here is the lobby cards. They're the people at Apple Core seems to be fond with lobby cards. I mean, the Help Super Deluxe, the DVD Super Deluxe, or just Deluxe edition. Not sure the proper naming for it, but yeah, the Help DVD Deluxe edition, which we will take a look at in a later video, also has lobby cards, and I'm not sure how many variations of the lobby cards there are, but yeah, these look like the ones that get hung on movie lobbies, theater lobbies back in the day. I've seen some theaters do it now, but movie studios, I don't think they make these anymore. Sharp photos, I think these are restored, not the actual lobby cards, reproductions of lobby cards. Sharp text right there, so yeah. Of course, that's Paul right there, and George. which is from the same session as the album cover. And Ringo. Nice. Okay. There's another version of this. I can't remember which retailer has it, but there's another version of this that I think has a different set of lobby cards. Or was it lobby cards? Stickers? Can't remember. Anyway, so what I did was just keep the Apple sticker on a release paper, which is, you know, the sticky backing for stickers, and just kept them there. The sticker peels cleanly, so you really won't have to worry about, you know, damaging the thing, you know, if that worries you. So going back, so the book, well, just a quick examination of the binding right here. It's kettle stitched, and it has a headband. That's first time I've had this kind of soft material for the headband. It's nice, and the binding seems to hold. I've flipped through the entire book at least a couple of times. There doesn't seem to be any bowing on this end. It's nice that it has a board on the spine instead of just being, you know, rounded off. You know, gives it that premium feel. And the book itself is, well, it's thick paper stock right there, typical of photo books. And yeah, I mean, this is basically the premise of the book is, oh, that's the Let It Be cover in white, which is not the first time that this has happened. The Let It Be, the CD edition of Let It Be, also has this white background. The first, the 1987 edition. Sorry, I'm just not, you know, I didn't actually prepare notes for this. I'm just, you know, doing all of this on the fly. So that's the contents of the book. We're not going to flip all through all of it, so we're just gonna just, you know, or maybe we will just take a quick look. So this is Peter Jackson's introduction, where he tells the story of how the Red and Blue albums became his first foray into, you know, Beatlemania. So, okay, so one thing about the book is the square borders are, you know, actual photographs where film was used, and the when you see photographs of pictures with rounded edges, that means they were stills from the documentary. So all of these were stills. You got that's Linda from when the day after George left the band, and they were having a meeting. And this picture was also used in the gatefold edition of the Let It Be album. Yeah. So just quick flipped through. A lot of these are transcripts of the interviews, a lot of which were used in the original Let It Be box set back in 1970, the UK box set, where it had a paperback, a square bound book, and you know, in addition to the LP. And I don't have the actual book, but there are excerpts on Let It Be Naked, and I compared some of them. And the cool thing is they did correct some of the dialogue that that were mistranscribed. I wish I took notes of which exactly, but like I said, I'm not 100% prepared for this. So, this book has lots of great spreads, 2-page spreads that would have been nice if they, you know, had a kind of a reproduction poster pull out, or at least there would have been nice if you know, a retailer variant has that instead of lobby cards, you know. I mean, with the Help Deluxe DVD edition, you do get both lobby cards and a reproduction poster. It's nice. This is nice. I like this. Got this is the jam session that happened after George left. I think that it's somewhere. It's somewhere here, where it said da 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 da. Yeah, this is the page where George, the moment that George said, "Okay, I'll be leaving the band." There it is. There it is, right there. George at the band is very unceremoniously, and then after coming back for lunch, they jammed the remaining three plus Yoko, and they're having fun with the feedback right there. And this was the meeting that I was talking about earlier, and this is the part where they're starting to remove all the equipment from Twickenham. Paul is still here, and he was playing a demo of "Oh Darling." Okay, so this is Apple Studios when they moved in, and George came back after some days. And they had some problems with the studio equipment because they were promised super high-end studio equipment by Magic Alex, and it didn't happen. And so they borrowed equipment from EMI. Yeah, a lot. This was also used in the gatefold, I think, or was it another picture? Yeah, a lot of the pictures here you're probably already familiar with if you're already knowledgeable about Beatles lore like this. I mean, these are widely distributed pictures right here. Yeah, that's a promo picture. This was used as a promo picture somewhere, if I remember correctly. Okay, nice spread of George right there. And this is where they were scouting the rooftop location. John using his 6-string bass, and the famous custom Stratocaster. Fender actually produced a official reproduction of the said guitar. What is it? Or this order? I don't know. George had another one like it, but Fender produced another, reproductions, limited release. Pretty nice. I'm pretty sure those are hand painted and not decaled. Although decals would make the look more consistent, but yeah. Billy Preston looking serious right there. And this is the rooftop gig, of course, famous rooftop gig that I love how they actually devoted a block of airtime on the third episode for just a concert. But what I don't love about it is, they still interspersed it with the interviews, ground interviews, but they eventually released the concert, but only theatrically. This was used at the back of the Blu-ray. Because get it? I don't know if that was intentional, but yeah, of course, this is the famous. This was used a lot of times. I think this is also on the gatefold, if I remember correctly. I mean, my custom gatefold LP CD rather, the custom one that I built some time ago is in another room, so couldn't pull it out for examination. This is okay. So those are shots from the documentary pictures, and then the next day after I'm not happy about that being downplayed in the documentary, but the session that this for the slower songs, Two of Us, Let It Be, Long and Winding Road, was relegated to a credit sequence. So I mean, it's probably not as eventful as the concert. I mean, of course, they don't want to take away the power, the of that climactic sequence. So I guess but still, that session yielded great songs, and I would have liked more uh, sessions where outtakes of two of us. That would have been awesome. So yeah, and then this is the reproduction poster I was talking about. Would have been nice if there's a fold-out poster included with the book. And this is a session that I think they recorded, not I Mean Mine, but a few touch-ups, I think, or I don't know, retakes, I suppose. So list of songs, and I spent too much time on the book there. Didn't realize that's already we're already at the 20-minute mark. So we're just gonna take a quick look at Let It Be, because I already made a comparison video of all the, well, most if not all the CD editions of Let It Be. So yeah, just a quick look. So this is the Super Deluxe edition. I have it wrapped in a vinyl sleeve, and yeah, construction, it's a die cut thing, and would have been nice if they did this. You know what I think is, and I didn't get to notice it until after doing the comparison videos. I think what the manufacturers meant was put this in a spot UV coating with the Let It Be logo, just spot UV here, and with the spine logo done in the same way, but they didn't, because I don't know, probably someone didn't read the memo. But yeah, it would have been nice if they did, because my problem with this is, if you're like me, who displays his books and slipcased books with this side inwards and this side is outwards, you just see this plain white thing. I mean, it should have had a spine here, like a revolver, right? But they didn't, so I don't know. Would have been nice. So anyway, this is the book. So the LP version is different in that it has a glossy cover, and it has a square, and this is also glossy. I don't know why they even bothered to do that, when they could have just made it LP sized, and only used one box design, and one public only had to print one version of the book instead of two separate ones, and the folio would not have been any different. I mean, this is the folio. This is where the discs are contained. So this is the exact same flyer as the one on the book. Of course, you got that, and yeah, these are the 6 discs rather. And the book has some. The cool thing about this is there are very few pictures that repeat. That are repeated in the book. I just wish they came up with a unified design instead of the scrapbook style, which I think I discussed in that comparison video. So yeah, just a quick flip through right there. So yeah, Let It Be. This was released 3 days after the book. So for people, for people who pre-ordered, or or people like me who try to buy their stuff on the day of release. I didn't on this one. Yeah, it would have been murder on the wallet, to be honest. Okay. Well, looking at the final element, that's the Beatles Get Back, the Blu-ray. Yeah, you've probably seen a lot of unboxing videos, so I'm not gonna remove the this outer flap right here. It's kind of difficult to put it in. So I'm just going to comment on the design and the content. So It's a Blu-ray. There's also a DVD version of this that kind of at some point it became more expensive because there was a it was a very limited release, and this was released several months after uh, the Disney Plus series what aired. This was released on July 12th, 2022, and it's rare for. I mean, Disney Plus doesn't really release home media of their stuff. I mean, if they do, it usually takes a long time. Like for example, the WandaVision and Loki season 1 was released just very recently. I think Loki season 1 is still due for release. I don't know, but yeah, they don't really do that. They just keep it streaming. I mean, more revenue, I guess. So yeah, the box right there. Fairly simple. There are no features. That's the thing. It's just the documentary in across three episodes across 3 discs, and um, the video is, as we all know, the video is restored by AI technology, the same one that Peter Jackson used in the documentary "They Shall Not Grow." Give me just a second. Let me just. They shall. Yeah, "They Shall Not Grow Old," the documentary that Peter Jackson did, where he restored very old, scratched war footage, and he used it to sort of reconstruct stuff. And I watched it, and the restoration is very jarring because you can tell it's the quality of the restoration is distracting. So and that's the same thing with this. When I watched it, your eyes get used to it eventually, for after the first 30 minutes, but at first it is, I mean, the whole AI video, videos that you see posted on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook, they're jarring. And they're obviously computer generated. The faces don't look right, the hands don't look right, and although it's used to great effect in the Marvel TV show Secret Invasion, that opening where it's obviously AI, and they did that to create a disturbing, unsettling look. Problem is, this is a Beatles documentary, and the unsettling look is not what we want, right? So yeah, some of the clips are just way too smooth. Like, not even a digital camera can achieve that. I would have liked. I mean, if any of you have the Beatles 1 Plus, the Blu-ray edition, not DVD, but the Blu-ray, watch the promotional videos for "Don't Let Me Down," and look at the grainy quality of it. Those are restored using traditional restoration techniques, the same ones that were used for the other videos in one. I mean, I believe there's a multi-part mini documentary series somewhere in the YouTube. I'm not sure if it's on the Beatles official channel or somewhere else, but they did this restoration documentary, and they showed you how they individually scanned each film, and it retained the graininess of it, which I really like. The same thing with the documentary on the Sgt. Pepper Super Deluxe Edition, the 1992 documentary. I think they restored it from film, and if some of the scenes were, or at least some of the interview sessions were from the same ones that were used in Anthology, and you can see how the graininess kind of makes it look like it's real, and that's my problem with Get Back. It's just not the AI restoration. It just isn't there yet. I mean, it would be great maybe when watched on a 720p screen or on a mobile phone probably. But if you're watching it on a full 1080p, this is 1080p by the way, not 4K. They're probably reserving that for later. The only 4K official Beatles video so far is the Criterion Collection, Hard Day's Night. So, okay, so here we are. This is the folio that contains the disc. So when you open it, there's no magnet here, by the way. It's just a flap, like the 8 days a week Blu-ray. So that's the full spread right there. And there's no bonus materials apart from this really tight folder here that contains some glossies. Which they really like doing this, just pictures. I mean, but then again, it's sort of part and parcel of every fandom, I guess. If you've seen the K-pop merchandise that's been going on for the past couple of decades, maybe, yeah. But the merchandise, the pictures are part of the merchandising. So yeah, it's not. What's cool about this is there's some continuity in design with the Let It Be Super Deluxe Edition. The scattered pictures, although they are just digitally tilted pictures, and the discs. Well, I provided rice paper sleeves here because the discs are just inserted there without protection. So yeah, I mean, if you could find, these are pretty cheap. There's a I think the name of the seller, the brand is Select Sleeves. I can't remember. It's the same as the seller, but Select Sleeves on eBay. That's where I buy from. They're if you're in the U.S., that is, they're made in Japan, and they're the quality is the same. If you have the Beatles and Mono box set and you have those, the authentic one, of course, you can tell the difference. It's the quality of the Japanese made sleeves is there's a stiffness, and it doesn't get easily crumpled. So yeah, and they're the great investment for your discs that are inserted this way in their packaging. So yeah, this is the the calendar that they use for cutting away to scenes, like, yeah. And yeah, wow, that's already half an hour. So that is our look back at the Get Back campaign that was done between 2021 and, well, yeah, no, 2021 and 2022, yeah, or rather, yeah, the late 2021 for as far as release dates are concerned. If you enjoyed this video, just check out my other videos, give this a like. Every little bit helps, and I will try to post as regularly as I can. I might be taking another break sometime next month, probably, but yeah, I already have a lineup that will carry on all through the end of the year. So just keep it here, and until the next time, be good.